So me and Asuelu had this conversation before. You've never been to a strip club, right? I think going to a strip club is essential to learning American culture.
Woo. Let's go, baby.
Don't kiss a stripper. Your tongue's definitely gonna turn white.
Oh.
Don't kiss nobody.
Awesome! This season of The Last Resort has gone completely off the rails. I was honestly starting to lose interest after watching episode 3. I mean, we watched the two most horrible people to ever be on 90 Day Fiancé get way too much airtime. The Crypt Keeper was in someone's face with zero consequences, as usual. The Mucus Man was naked and as obnoxious as ever. We have seen all of this before. Well, maybe not a small naked Ed, but nothing was really feeling new or interesting in that episode. But episode 4 reeled me back in a little bit. To start, I noticed as Jenny let people into the pleasure education class that Angela wasn't let in. It's like I could pretend that she didn't exist for a few minutes. So refreshing. I'm sure that Liz was relieved too.
So I am a pleasure positive educator.
Where do babies come from?
So not only is Angela not there, yay, but Ed finally gets called out in a way that gets him to actually shut up.
That was not as funny as you think it is.
Asking for a friend.
I am like not in the mood for jokes.
And no, it's not Jovi that gets him to shut up, it's Liz. She actually embarrasses Ed in what I think is a pretty satisfying way. It happens while they are asking anonymous, intimate questions that don't stay anonymous.
How to make my big.
That's me.
Some of this education class was pretty hilarious, especially when Asuelu is talking about different sizes.
Some other people have small.
Why are you pointing?
He is pointing right at Ed, and Ed didn't see. Either Asuelu just assumed that small Ed had an even smaller Ed, or word got out at the resort when Ed was naked in the hot tub the night before. Could you imagine the other guests at breakfast all talking about that? Like, yeah, I looked out the window of the suite I paid a bunch of money for during my vacation that I took time off from my job for, and when I looked, there was this naked guy with a tiny dick in the hot tub outside. Could you imagine? I hope these poor people on vacation got some sort of refund. Things get even more awkward when the group learns about what to do when your partner gets tired during, intimacy. I am trying so hard to not get this video demonetized.
I'm not someone to just like stop and give you like 5 or 10 minutes to catch your breath and then like get back into it.
Find another partner.
Liz saying that she prefers to do it herself makes Ed very quiet.
Gets out of breath so fast.
Got it.
I mean, are we really surprised?
Yes, I was.
No one else was complaining about their spouse.
Shut up.
I want to say that maybe being called out will make him take things more seriously, but I doubt it. At the end, everyone was sent back to their rooms with homework. And this is where the rest of the episode just goes off the rails, and then continues to go more off the rails in episode 5. We first go to Angela, which I won't spend much time talking about this scene. If you've watched this already, you know why. Angela and Michael have this private pleasure education session. So I guess they really did cage Angela away from the group for a while, which is good, but this session was not good for me mentally.
There is a device that you can wear on your body, and Michael, you would use an app to control the device.
Also, the disclaimer that they showed at the beginning of the show was not enough of a warning about this. I was still wide-eyed and horrified by the next few scenes. It says viewer discretion is advised, but it should say that this couples therapy may cause you to call your own therapist.
So if she's not using it on her own, you're using it with her.
As you could guess, I'm going to have to skip over a lot. I would hope you prefer that anyway. But it starts with Angela getting a Bluetooth device that her and Michael can use together. I'm sure you can guess what the device is. I can't show you the device, just the black bag it goes in. The only thing I didn't find repulsive about this was Michael using it as an actual torture device. If you want to see them actually use it, please go watch the show, because I am now shutting that door in my brain, locking it, and trying to never think about it ever again. Anyways, as the rest of the couples do their homework.
Are you trying to test me?
No, I just want to cuddle with you. So cuddle with me.
So Jovi and Yara's homework was to cuddle without hooking up. Ed and Liz were supposed to be intimate without actually hooking up as well. And then Kalani and Asuelu had to explore themselves separately.
It's not fun when you play by yourself.
For some of us, it is.
I was actually the most entertained by Asuelu's time alone. Like, what is he doing? That was a lot. He thinks that it's bad luck to do this.
For example, I was go play volleyball and I break my ankle after I did that.
So I feel like he took this very seriously. Maybe he forgot there was a camera in there too, because they blurred his alone time. And I'm glad that they blurred it. And I was also very glad when this homework sequence was over and we moved on to the next day with Molly and Kelly. These two are still being very vague on what's going on between them. I covered what we knew about their whole fight that supposedly happened right before filming this show in a previous video. Supposedly, Molly's daughter and Kelly got in a physical altercation. I will link that video in the description with a timestamp where I talk about that. But if this altercation really happened the way that Molly's daughter said it happened, I was surprised that Molly and Kelly were even sitting next to each other here. They hint that something more serious is going on, but they don't actually come out and say what it is during these therapy sessions. They try to spin this like Kelly was lazy after his retirement and Molly lost interest.
He has no respect for me as a mother and as a business owner. And as somebody who needed somebody to come in and maybe help take some things off my plate.
But the amount of emotion Kelly shows makes me think that the altercation really did happen in some way. I think we just don't know what really went down, but something big definitely happened.
He's not taking the adult responsible role in how he played into this scenario.
Because that altercation also ended Molly's friendship with her business partner Cynthia, so it had to be something serious. And we end episode 4 with Kelly walking away and calling Molly a liar. She names all of these reasons for why they can't work this out. I have so many questions about this still, and I'm wondering if we will really get any more insight during this show or not. But let's shift to episode 5 and talk about how things get even more unhinged. As much as episode 4 reeled me back in, I noticed by episode 5 that I am lost on what this show is trying to do. It is definitely trying to be different than the other spin-offs. I mean, it has that weird White Lotus intro, group therapy in a beautiful tropical setting, and that whole commitment ceremony at the end for people to stay together or break up. But the large attempts to try to make this seem like a unique show don't really seem to be working. It's like they don't completely commit to it, because by episode 5, the only unique thing going on has been the cheating issues between Kalani and Asuelu. Molly and Kelly do have some mystery with their issues, but we aren't getting many details. Everything else just feels the exact same as before. Bringing in Angela with no physical partner with her really shows me that they can't let go of the old drama they think everyone wants to see. And really, any of the new drama they've tried to create outside of Kalani and Asuelu has fallen flat. That whole scene they built up like Jovi was cheating, nothing came out of that. It was just Angela drinking with Jovi. And the fights between cast members, all of that is coming from Ed and Angela too. Really, the show is half-assing trying to be different, so we are still just watching the same fights and old issues. I'm just waiting for them to bring Kalani's new man to the resort and stir some new shit up. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Someone new coming in and causing new drama. But even with saying that, I'm not saying that I'm not entertained. Because I mean, this is fun to make fun of, and this Loser's Retreat still has a few episodes to turn this around. So we'll just have to see what they come up with. After doing their homework, even though most of them failed it, everyone seems to be pretty calm. Molly and Kelly have a date and seemed to somewhat connect. Yara and Jovi seem to have moved past their very overhyped fight. There even seems to be less tension between Kalani and Asuelu, even though their homework was to explore themselves separately.
When I did my homework, I was thinking about Kalani and think about her smile, her armpits, her smile, and
I guess we know Asuelu's putting some effort in. Sadly, even Ed and Liz have moved past Liz calling him out. But even though things are calm, for some reason, Jenny randomly decides that Ed needs to be hypnotized and work through who he was in a past life. This was so random. I thought maybe this was to keep Ed and Liz away from like Angela in a group setting or something, but then Liz leaves. So I don't know what the point of this was. And I have no idea why they think Ed is the one that needs to be hypnotized. If anything, I think Liz needs this. I mean, let's just hypnotize Liz and tell her to leave Ed for good. That sounds like the best idea.
So we're gonna lay down on the couch and we're gonna get super comfy.
Also, we aren't the only ones that think that this therapist looks like Jenny.
Who? Jenny.
Yeah.
And Sumit, yeah. Maybe she was Jenny in a past life.
I think Ed volunteered for this therapy because he gets to lay down. But who he says he was in a past life made me believe that he might have really been hypnotized.
I have a leprechaun costume.
I can't tell if Jenny believes him either.
Like a dwarf.
Like a performer in a circus. I would entertain people.
I don't think I've ever had a leprechaun, honestly.
I don't know, real or not, Ed being a leprechaun circus performer in another life explains a lot. The rest of the episode doesn't focus on the individual couples. They apparently get the day off, so the ladies and guys split up to hang out. Liz is not with them, so she just must be off on her own, hopefully getting some nice time away from Ed. But Yara is not over Angela waking her up in the middle of the night.
And then at 2 a.m., so lady comes with a boombox, okay, showing me a video where my husband is licking her cheek.
Oh my god, Kalani's face. Jesus, Jovi must have been hammered.
Angela, you need a timeout.
Angela apologizes to Yara, but Yara is more upset with Jovi drinking with Angela. She also recognizes that Angela has been acting completely insane at the resort.
I don't want her to get away with everything what she is doing. There need to be some consequences for her.
Yeah, consequences would be great. But instead, we just get Angela chasing Yara around with her Bluetooth toy. That is so disgusting.
Oh, no.
I would stop! Yeah, don't do that.
Can we please put Angela back in her room again? Oh my god. Like, seriously, why is Angela even here? That's disgusting. The overall theme of trying to decide if these couples will make it or not is also getting lost. Kalani talks about her alone time for her homework, and I feel like this gives away the true status of her marriage.
I had a couple home videos.
Of Azuelo? Okay, we'll leave that there.
Yeah.
There is no way that they are still together. She was not talking about just watching some random Pornhub. She must be talking about a video she took with the guy she used her hall pass with. So in that scene where she blocked the guy's number in front of Asuelu,
Want to press the button for me? There.
Yeah.
she blocked the number but then kept the videos they made together? You cannot convince me that these two are still together. And in the next scenes when the guys go out to the bar, just further my suspicion that Kalani and Asuelu are really not together. So two things here. Ed is not with them, so I guess that explains the whole hypnosis scene. I'm guessing that Kelly and Jovi did not want to hang out with Ed, so that makes sense. But this is when Jovi decides that he wants to go out and do his favorite pastime.
So me and Asuelu had this conversation before. You've never been to a strip club, right? I think going to a strip club is essential to learning American culture.
Let's go, baby.
So at first I thought Asuelu was being sneaky in doing this, but he says he thinks he has permission.
My birthday, she like, you can go. Or like, there's a permission.
I thought maybe Asuelu just thinks he has permission. He's been acting like he doesn't want to upset her in any way, so I'm suspicious that she said she was fine with this. After all the cheating and crazy allegations, I don't know how she would be okay with this.
Don't kiss nobody. Don't kiss a stripper. Your tongue's definitely gonna turn white.
If your husband cheated when he was out drinking with his friends, and you're now at a couples retreat, how would Kalani being okay with this make any sense? Her reaction to this will tell me if they are really together or not. If she gets mad, maybe they have hope. But if she doesn't, this relationship is done and has been done for a while. Kelly says that him and Molly have gone to strip clubs together, so Molly won't care. So I feel like Jovi is the only one who's going to get in trouble here. And again, these people are at a couples retreat. Going to the strip club is past going off the rails. The rails no longer exist.
Big Ed the Bee wants to remind you to subscribe to this channel. If you don't, he will fly into your house and body shame you.
It makes no sense to go to the gym and then go to 7-Eleven and eat nachos.
We have to play this smooth.
If I told that to Yara, she would kill me if she found out. I know.
She would kill you and us.
We have another familiar argument back in play. We know that Jovi and Yara and strip clubs don't mix well, so how about let's write something more interesting for Jovi. So far, his entire personality is drinking, wanting a second baby, and now the wanting to go to the strip club trait is back.
We cannot let nobody else know what we're doing. There's no way that we'll allow it.
They talk this up the whole last part of the episode, but we don't actually see them go to the strip club in this episode. And on the preview for the next week, we don't get any hints that they really went or that anyone found out. We just see the girls get together for a night.
Awkward tension right there in the middle.
and everyone do some sort of Kama Sutra class. So let me know what you think about this episode. I was entertained a little more, but the focus of the show is getting confusing. They keep recycling old drama and fights, and Angela chasing people around with her toy was too much. I also really don't think that Kalani and Asuelu are even together. There is a part of the preview for next week that hints at a reveal of more issues between them as well, but I really think that this was over before they even got to the resort.
And I still don't even forgive him for the he did in the beginning.
What happened in the beginning?
And if the guys really do go to the strip club and Kalani does not get mad, that will solidify my opinion that they are really done. We will have to see how the next episode plays out. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye!